Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum friends. Today in this video I will discuss about compound, its examples, properties of a compound and its representation. First, definition of a compound. That what is a compound? A pure substance consists of two or more elements chemically combined in a fixed ratio by mass is called compound. It means that compound is a pure substance. It is made up of two or more elements. Elements when combined chemically. It means that when a chemical reaction undergoes, a compound is formed. Fixed proportion by mass means that there is a fixed ratio of mass. Example, how this is? For example, water. Here the ratio of water is 2:1. When we change the ratio from 2:1 to 2:2, now this compound is not water because here the ratio of water is 2 as well as the ratio of oxygen is 2. While in water this was 2:1. So when we change the ratio of the mass of the elements which form a compound, then another compound is formed. Like in water, it is 2:1, and when the same hydrogen and oxygen have 2:2 ratio, then this is not water but hydrogen peroxide, which is different from water. Now the properties of a compound. Properties of a compound are different from the properties of the elements from which the compound is made up of. How? It is explained by this example that water is formed from two gases, hydrogen and oxygen. Both are gases, and when these both gases, hydrogen and oxygen, combine together in a chemical reaction, they form water, and water is in liquid form. So the properties of hydrogen and oxygen are different from the properties of water. Now the representation of compound. That how we represent a compound. Compound is represented by a formula. Now the question arises that what is a formula? Formula shows the samples of elements of which compound is made up of. For example, sodium chloride, which is also known as the table salt, is made up of sodium and chlorine. Here Na is the symbol of sodium and Cl is the symbol of chlorine. Calcium carbonate is another example of a compound which is made up of calcium, carbon and oxygen. Here Ca is the symbol of calcium, C is the symbol of carbon and O is the symbol of oxygen. Thank you so much.